Across every single one of my social media platforms, I get the same consistent, constant question. And instead of going through every single one of them and answering them every single time, I'm going to finally make my first ever Q&A. I've been requested to make a Q&A for like the past year. I've just never got around to it. But hey, better late than never, right? Okay, yes, it might be because I'm super inconsistent, but that doesn't matter. All that matters is that I'm gonna answer y'all's questions. But if I don't answer a question that you do have, make sure to comment down below underneath this video, and I'm gonna try to answer every single question I get in the comments. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. All right, starting with question number 1, what made you stop streaming as much? Now, if you guys do know, over the past 2 years of content, I have tried my hardest to be super consistent with streaming. Until recently, I've just kind of completely quit. At one point, I did really enjoy it. Just sitting there playing video games for 2 to 3 hours and talking to you guys is honestly a great time, and I really do love it. Right now, I'm really just not enjoying playing games as much as I used to. And honestly, that 2 to 3 hours that I spend streaming, I would much rather put it into making a really banger YouTube video. But I'm not quitting streaming. I do plan on coming back eventually. So until I do come back, make sure to go follow my Twitch. Links in the description. All right, question number 2. Are you ever interested in joining an org? Okay, well, in case you couldn't already see, I am repping some merch right now. Yeah, so I'm not really interested in joining an org or a team currently. For the future though, I would be open to joining a team like 100 Thieves. When I look at a team, I look at what they stand for and what kind of company they are, and 100 T is truly the only org that I really support. Next up, what helped you grow on YouTube the most? Honestly, this is a great question. If you want me to be dead honest, the only reason my YouTube channel started growing in the first place is because I did have one video pop off last year. It's currently sitting at, I think, like 600,000 views, but there was reasons that my videos have performed pretty well and why I'm growing at the rate I'm growing. And that is actually understanding YouTube. The tips that I can give you guys is that you guys really have to learn how to storytell. You need to say things in your videos that'll keep that viewer wanting to watch and finish that video. Also, the first 3 seconds of your video are super important, as well as the first 10 seconds of your video. You have to really capture the audience. In a lot of my videos, you guys will see me say things, or I'll do things in the beginning of my video as like a hook, and that is the point. You have to grab that audience's attention. Also, the most important part of any video is your thumbnail. I spend about 4 to 5 hours on each one of my thumbnails, and some people might see that as unnecessary, but in a lot of my thumbnails, what you guys see wasn't the first version that I made. Next question, where do you think you would be if you never started content? Honestly, if I'm being dead honest, I would have never not started making content. I've been making videos since I was about 7 years old, and it's always been my dream to be a creator. Now, originally I was making gaming content until I found the whole tech talk scene, and that's when I started over there on TikTok. Now, by no means was creating more tech videos my original plan, which is why over here on YouTube I am implementing more lifestyle videos. Next question, how do you get brands to send you free stuff? I get asked 24/7 how I get so many freaking things sent out, and I'm gonna be honest, I never ask companies. In the description of every single one of my videos, you will see where I list my business email, which is strictly for business. Basically, if a company sees my video and they want me to show off their product, or they think I'm a good fit to promote it, they'll go to my description, find my business email, and they'll shoot me over an email, and from there we talk about all the requirements for the videos, things like that. Why did you start YouTube? Okay, well, I'm gonna be dead honest. Like I said earlier, creating videos have always been my dream since I was 7 years old. I feel like as a kid, everyone went through that I want to be a YouTuber phase, but to be honest, most people don't understand how much it takes to be a YouTuber and the amount of hours you have to put into videos. So eventually everyone kind of just quit making them, except for me, of course. I literally would get bullied about 2 years ago by a lot of my old friend groups about creating videos, but I didn't really care because at the end of the day, this was my passion. But the whole reason I wanted to start creating content mainly in the first place was just to entertain people. Whatever I can do to make people smile, it's things like that. Just knowing that I make other people happy is what truly motivates me to make content. Favorite cereal? 100% Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I am sorry, but if you like a cereal that's not Cinnamon Toast Crunch as your favorite cereal, what are you doing? Those cereals taste good, but they leave that milk so bland. And by no means does milk taste bad, but whenever you have cinnamon infused milk, it's just perfect. Why wouldn't you like it? Who inspires you the most and why? I have had multiple different inspirations to start creating content. This is gonna be kind of weird, but like truly my biggest inspiration to grind content is FR Slush or Mason Cargill, which is kind of funny because he's also my best friend. I love Mason to death. He is an amazing creator, but I feel like a big reason he does inspire me is because, well, he's my best friend. I've seen him grow all his platforms across the past few months, and I see the behind the scenes of what he's doing all the time. He works so hard to get to where he's been. Being able to sit there and watch his grind and see how much he grows every single day really just inspires me to keep creating content and keep evolving my content. So Mason, if you're watching this, I love you, man. Do you have a girlfriend? The worst investment you've ever made? I'm gonna be honest, hands down, I already know the answer to this by far. That is my MacBook M1 Pro. About a year ago, I spent $2,000 on this laptop to help me with editing, and I love it. It was literally such a great purchase, and editing on it is flawless. But if you've seen my TikTok or the YouTube short, I kind of shattered the screen. And I'm gonna be honest, it's been sitting on my shelf for the past 8 months because it's gonna cost me $850 to fix. So at the same time, it was a great investment, but I waste my money because I can't even use it. The question everyone wants to know. How much money do you make? I've really never talked about the exact amount of money that I make. To be honest, it might surprise you a little bit. So right now on YouTube, I have 22.9 thousand subscribers. From YouTube directly, I make my money through ad revenue, which is basically every time someone watches my video, you'll automatically have a little ad pop up, kind of like this. Throughout my videos, I'll have like a little ad pop up, and every time someone sees that ad, I get like 0.4 cents or something like that. But anyway, so basically across all that, it adds up. And in the past 30 days from YouTube ad revenue alone, I have made $933.41. Part of this money also has to do with my upload schedule. Currently, I am only 10 days into December, and this December alone, I have made $602.34 off of ad revenue. All of my revenue for the month has pretty much come from the past 10 days because I've actually been uploading. Now, I will say this, most of my money comes from sponsorships, and technically I'm not legally allowed to tell you guys how much I make from sponsorships, but I will say this. I know it varies for every single creator. I will say that every month on average from sponsorships across TikTok and YouTube, I usually 3x to 5x the amount of income that I make on YouTube ad revenue. You can do the math in your own head. You can kind of understand how much money I actually make. But yeah, legally, I'm not allowed to tell you the exact number. Next up, how long did it take you to build your room? Well, for this room specifically, I actually started designing it in my last house about 4 months ago. I knew that I was gonna move into this place about 2 months before we actually moved, and we came and saw the house. I did measurements of the room, and I just pretty much did a bunch of research. So starting from there to the day I actually built my setup, it took around, I'd say about 3.5 months. Is Mason your boyfriend? But speaking of Mason, if you guys aren't following my Twitter or anything, in about a little over 2 weeks from now, I'm actually flying to his house for a few days, so be expecting some videos with him soon. And for the final question, what is your favorite part of being a creator? I'm gonna be honest, my favorite part of being a creator, hands down, has to be the impact that I make. Like I said earlier, every day I get to wake up to comments like "you made my day," or "I love your videos," or people talking about how they've binged every single one of my videos in one sitting. Just knowing that I get to create content for all these people, and people enjoy me and watching my videos, it honestly just makes me smile, and it brightens my day every single day. I truly don't know what I'd do without you guys. Every day when I wake up, I get to know that at some point during my day, I have made people smile, impacted their day, or made their day better in any way, shape, or form. And that's what content is truly all about for me, just making you guys happy. Thank you guys so much for all the recent support on the videos. We have literally gained about 2,000 subscribers in the past 10 days. But honestly, it just blows me away. I promise you guys, I am trying my hardest to be more consistent. But if you did enjoy today's video, you might like this one even better. But I love you guys so much. And like always, I hope you guys have a great day. Mwah.